Lakers, by the way, my gosh, it's funny because we, as the media as a whole, talk about the Lakers, oh, LeBron this or Luka that, or is Luka going to lose weight, or can't believe Dallas gave Luka the Lake. But the Lakers are playing very well and are second in the West.
Very well.
And, that's not really a conversation right now just because we're still in the middle of football towards, there's a lot of other things happening.
Championship weekend in college football.
You beat me to it. Yep. So there's we had a great World Series and stretch. So it's kind of like the Lakers being one of the best teams in the NBA is one of those stories that never everybody's hidden. But they get a good one on Toronto. They go there and they're on their three-game road streak, but they end up getting a big-time win. Rui Hachimura hits the buzzer beater. LeBron sets him up. Great shot, great win. By the way, the C story might be coming out of this is one we got to talk about. Austin Reeves going crazy again. Putting up 40-plus games.
First current Laker to reach #future Laker status. You never see that
Hold
too
on,
often.
let me think about that. Was Kobe not?
I mean, because he...
Sort of?
Kind of.
Okay.
It's not often that it happens. Usually that's for
that's exactly. Or Luka, you got him.
Yep. Chris Paul, he former
Anthony Edwards.
Somebody.
Well, yeah, so we'll get to him in a minute. But the big story coming out of that, the number was 1,297. If you say, what's that number? That is the consecutive games LeBron has scored in double digits, 10-plus points. And just a game or two ago, Rob was sitting here and we were talking about it. LeBron hit the three, getting blown out by 30, stays in enough to hit the three to get to double-digit points, and then he goes to 6
the new stat Padford.
This is one of those stat Padfords. And I said then, Rob G, no one cares about that stat, right? Sure. There are certain stats, and I even said, I don't mind legends, people who have earned it, sticking around, staying in the game to earn those types of big stats. What I meant was, give you an example, I said if, Steph Curry, they look up in the game, they're either blowing a team out or getting blown out, but if Steve Kerr were to be like, hey, man, the all-time record's 13, you're sitting on 13, one more three, you got the record, I'm all right. Because that is a big record, most threes in the game. Steph Curry's an all-time great. She was like, all right, cool. No one knows double-digit, points in the game. No one actually knows that record, and no one uses that in an argument. Man, LeBron has the most consecutive 10 points. It's what? No one, you think of
That's
Kobe.
Never come up in a debate.
You think of Michael Jordan as the greatest scorer of all time, him and Kareem, and you don't know either of their stats in that particular, number in that category. So LeBron keeping track of that, and after the game, LeBron, they asked him about it. Here's what he had to say.
Now that the streak has ended for you, what feelings did you have, if any, about it?
None. We won.
Stop it, LeBron. Stop it. I just mentioned, Rob G. Did I not mention just a couple of games ago he hit a three to get the record? Don't play with us, LeBron. I understand the win, and I do believe the win ultimately matters. I do believe that. But let's not act like the stat is insignificant when you just countered that point by hitting the three in a blowout loss, mind you, not a win. Everyone's like, hey, at least we're up. We earned me to stay in. A loss, you stayed in and hit the three. This is one of the areas where, of course, LeBron drives them crazy. The passive-aggressive, none, it doesn't matter. Ron, we know it matters. Now, I know he can't say that politically correct. He's got to answer the question, but that's absolutely a stat that he had because I believe, Rob G., for those who will never put him as he's better than Jordan, he's just accumulating feathers in his cap.
Sure.
All-time leading scorer, I thought Jordan was a better scorer. I thought you always say Kobe's a better scorer. I don't have that stat.
Right.
And I'm a pass-first guy. Obviously, rings, okay, I have more than him. I might not have more than him, but hey, look at these finals appearances. Hey, look at this. LeBron's going to have assist stats. So I believe he's saying, I'm going to accumulate so many things, including even playing with my son.
Sure.
That these are things that he can add to his feather cap. So his war chest at the end of his career, he can say, yeah, he might have more of that, those 6 rings, or he might have 5, Kobe, or whomever Kareem has 5. Look at what I have. So I absolutely believe, or 6 for Kareem. I absolutely believe those things matter to him. But I will say it was very LeBron-like that if he was going to lose the streak, to lose it in that way. Like making the play that you either love him for or hate him for. Why would you pass it to Kyle Korver in the corner for a 3 in the NBA Finals? You're LeBron. You got to shoot that. Other half, that's the right play. Kyle Korver, one of the greatest shooters ever, is open.
Wide open.
Wide open. So that is so the LeBron, juxtapose ideologies. You either too passive or not aggressive enough, or he's making the right play. But I thought the poetic justice of that is how he would end that streak that he did care about.
Yes, he did.
On that.
He was totally insulting our intelligence. That's what I don't like about LeBron sometimes. I mean, LeBron as a whole, in general, I think he's a really good guy. I think he's a great basketball player. And there's a lot of things about him that I do appreciate. One thing I'll never understand, aside from the passive-aggressive tweets and the social media when he's upset with his team, like that's a different conversation, is his insistence on lying about things that are so easily disproven. This is now in the top 3, okay? Number 1 for me is always going to be, well, you know, when I was watching the night Kobe scored 81, I told my friends he was going to score 80 that night. No, you didn't. No, you did not. Like, and that's a dumb thing to have to lie about. So I don't know why you would lie. Number 2, this is one that's probably.
I want to hear this one. Let's hear this one.
My man showed up to multiple post-game press conferences.
I think I know where you're going.
With the Godfather book on the first page, right there. That was my favorite book. You know, I read it all the time. Well, what's something you took about it, or what's your favorite part of the book? And he could not name a single. Because we know you didn't read it. Like why? Why would you go out of your way to set yourself up for that kind of thing? And now this one. Monday, we just saw you stay in a blowout game and get up, like I think 3 shots, he made 2 of them, to make sure he got to 10 points, and immediately subbed himself out.
Whistle, come on down, take me out, coach.
Bronny, I want to do the dap up with him because it's going to look cool for the social media when they say I got the points and then I left. We just saw you do that. Like there's there's video evidence of this happening. And then for you to say last night after the game, which was a great win for them, down Luka Doncic on the road. They
Against
didn't
a Toronto team that's better than we thought.
And they did not play well at all on Monday. So for them to bounce back was big. And for you to say with a straight face, nah, I didn't care. You know, we won. When what you could have said, which was the God's honest truth, that nobody would have faulted you for saying this, is, yeah, it was a cool record to have, and I really enjoyed it. Like it's something that's, a feather in my cap. But in the grand scheme of things, us getting the win is more important. So, it would have been nice to continue the record, but I'm glad that if it's going to end, it's going to end with us winning the game. And nope, like, hey, that's an honest answer. Like he admitted, like the record did mean something to him because we just saw it meant something to you, and it didn't. Everything's meant to be broken. It's not going to last forever. But you got the win. That's the end of the story. But because you had to go and lie about it, now we got to talk about it again 16 hours later. It's just crazy to me.
Well, a couple of things. One thing you can say about LeBron, some people will say he could be passive-aggressive. Some people say, I don't like him. He's a little floppy flops. Or one thing you can't say is he is not a student of the game and very aware of everything. So I said that to say he's very aware of numbers. He's very aware of legacy things and stats, and he's hyper-aware.
And even in-game, if you watch enough Laker games, you'll see when he gets subbed out of games, almost immediately someone will hand him a piece of paper.
He's looking
it's the box score.
100%.
So he knows these are my stats. This is what this guy's shooting. This is what we're not doing well. All right, so when I get back into the game, I know I'm not going to pass to this guy because he's cold. This guy's hot. Or, hey, if I can get to the rim,
they're calling fouls tonight.
Fouls, exactly.
He's hyper aware, and I mean that in a complimentary way of like. The reason I'll say that is
that's not meant to be a derogatory.
Right. And while he's fully aware of the stats, and we know that he was. Come on, I don't even use the word cap because I don't like it. I feel like what does it even mean? I get it.
He's a fibber,
but they call him the cap. But that wasn't the cap example.
Yeah.
But I'll say this: the reason I brought up that he's fully aware of records and stats and this and that, I use it as a compliment because sometimes. You'll see this on social. Teams will be coming in, and a lot of young players. The social media, the other team's Elijahs will be holding up a picture of somebody. We, the viewer, will see it, and they'll say, "Who's this?" And the player, "Oh, I don't know," and they'll be like Gary Payton or something. Right. And if you look at hip hop, "Oh, you're a rapper, but who is this?" And it's supposed to be somebody Run DMC, someone they should absolutely know just as a student of your particular game and/or craft. I've always wanted to give love to LeBron in that he. Kobe, certain guys, they make sure they pay homage. They make sure they're aware. They know what's going on. So I do like that about him. But you know what I was thinking about, too, now that me and you kind of, jabbing him about this stat. The one good thing on a serious note, I think, from this, and this is applicable to certain things in life for all of us, I think the burden of it. Like, he made it a thing. You've made things in your life.
Yes.
I've made things. Let's say it's that you've never not made your daughter's lunch, or you've never,
I left her at school one time. I'm not talking about that.
Well, yeah, let's not do that. But, hey, you're human. But, we all have our stats. I've never showed up to work late. I've never, my wife has never had to, change her gas. I meet her at the gas, whatever it is. So you build these things up, and then it becomes, what it becomes where everyone else goes to. It's not a big deal. For you, it becomes a thing. It's a thing.
Part of your identity.
As much as I don't think this scoring title or the scoring, double digits record was a big deal. I don't think anybody's going to really care that he always knows. Like, we'll talk about it today, have fun with it, and move on. No one cares. I will say I think it's alleviated that little bit of a thing on his brain that now he might have started having fun in a good way. What I mean is, Rob G, if he's got 6 points but Luka's rolling, well, tonight I might go 6 points, 18 rebounds, 20 assists.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I don't have to keep that in the back of my head like, oh, man, I got to get this. I got to get scored 10. What's this? Let me look at the scoreboard. Okay, how much time we got left? Like, now I think he can start having fun with another one. How many games can I go, this season with double-digit assists? How many can I go games with at least 10-plus rebounds, 10-plus assists? Sure. Like, I think now it frees him of not having to worry about that because I think it was very, very, very much in the back of his brain, but it was there because it's so easy for him to score that I think he rarely had to look up and say, oh, I need to get a couple shots up. But I think now it frees him to see, hey, can I start something else? Can I do something crazy now, have 0 points but 20 boards, 20 assists?
Now, I would agree with you, except that he did say in the postgame that don't expect this to be a common thing where I'm not scoring 10 points. So maybe that, right. But
he scores 10 points on accident because literally a putback, couple fast break. But I'm just saying
slam,
he's
easy.
Also one of those people who I can see him thinking that.
And this is something that's, LeBron, of course, is like the biggest example of it. But great players, especially in the NBA, are so great that they have to find new, unique ways to challenge themselves on a night-to-night basis.
100%.
And being a Laker fan, I don't know if you were here at the time this happened, but there's always been a narrative, hey, Kobe doesn't pass the ball. He never passed the ball. He never passed the ball.
Phoenix Suns.
So he decided, yeah, exactly. Rob will never forget that one. But there was a time where it had become such a large groundswell where he's like, you know what? I'm going to get double-digit assists. And he did it for a week straight. No problem. Did not affect they would still win the games. He'd still get it. Instead of getting 30, he was getting 26. But if he wanted to, he could absolutely get double-digit assists every game. LeBron is one of those guys where if he wanted to your point, you know what? Maybe instead of going after the 10, I could get 8 points, 12 and 12 pretty regularly if I wanted to. And if maybe this is going to give him a new challenge to go after and rejuvenate him because he, quite honestly, has gotten to a really slow start. And if he can find something else to motivate him moving forward, this will get him through the dog days of the NBA season.
Last point for me. He's going to be the best version of Jason Kidd with the Mavericks.
I would love to see that.
That's going to me, I think this opens that up where he's like, man, I'm going to let Austin eat. He's been doing it to his credit. He's not been forcing things for the most part.
He's almost been overly passive.
That's what I mean. So I think he's going to be the better version of a Jason Kidd with the Dallas Mavericks. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.